Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper coming to you from the Pipe Press today, and I am smoking in my Peterson B42 some Choctaw from the Country Squire, drinking some mint medley tea. And today is an interesting one. I tried to do this video twice now. The other day, and I deleted both of them because this one is it's political, but this is one of those ones that you are happy that you're not face to face with somebody on, just because it's hard to get your point across. At least it is for me. Without running down a bunch of rabbit holes. I'm going to do my best not to do that today, guys. But I also, if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, I try to steer clear of the political stuff. I mean, that's not what I watch the YTPC for. And it's not why why I present on the YTPC. However, I also don't like, don't like to live in the dark. And pretend, that nothing's happening. So, trying to keep this going because I know it's going to be out by the time I get talking. Anyway, so I believe it was James Long did a video on the Great Divorce or the Great Separation, or something like that. And basically, the premise behind it was, have you thought about the Great Separation? In other words, another civil war or seceding or whatever from the nation in your area. And Charlie Booker DeBoyton, I think he did a really good job of responding to that. And if I could echo one sentiment that Charlie had in his video, it was that we need to talk. All this screaming and shouting and name calling, and one news channel over here twisting it this way and one news channel over here twisting it that way. Man, if we just sit down and talk. And in the pipe community, we're no strangers to that. We know that it comes naturally when you're smoking a pipe. It's too bad not everybody did it. So, to sort of answer the question, the answer for me would have to be yes. Now, I think it's important that you hear the question, though, that you pay attention to the question. The question was, have you ever thought about it? Not, do you think that there's a certain group of people that need to secede from the nation? Yes, I thought about it. I think it's a horrible idea. I think the dominoes that would fall after that are just obvious and catastrophic. We're kind of the policemen of the world. Nothing against any other countries. I always feel bad when people say that. Like, well, we're the law keepers of the world. It's like, don't get too pat yourself on the back there, pal. We do what we can because we're one of the largest nations. Because we have, we're the most wealthiest nations in the world. And for the most part, at least up in the last few decades, we've had a good set of morals. But I would have to say that for me, I think it's just as important, if not more important, to know not only what you believe right now, but to know why you believe it. It doesn't take anything to get a bunch of hillbillies together and say, hey, we need to raid the Capitol. I know that's not a January 6th reference. As far as I'm concerned, January 6th, that should have been wrapped up January 8th and moved on. But for some reason, our government likes to spend money on BS like that. But it's pretty easy to get a group of people riled up and go try to do something. What's hard, but yet the right thing in my mind to do, is to get people together that actually care, that can vote and make a difference. And there's that part of me, when I say that, that's like, oh, come on, the vote, voting, come on, right? Well, here's the bottom line. We've created this beast. We've allowed our politicians to get too important, too rich, too... I'm not talking about Democrats. I'm talking about politicians, period. At the state and federal level. And I will go out and say that it's not every single one of them. But those who we should be worrying about are also those who do a good job of keeping the pot stirred enough that we can't get on the same page with each other. So that's why I say it's important now to know what you believe, but why you believe it as well, because you can't just believe something because your buddy told you this is what we need to do, or your buddy told you this is, we got a riot, or you watched a YouTube video and a YouTube video says to do this, and you really like that person, if you're a Christian, as most of you know that I am, do you believe what you believe because you read it in the Bible and compared it to the rest of the Bible, and it goes along with what a true church is all about? Or do you believe what you believe because you watched a couple videos, or Ben Shapiro says that's the way it should be, or pick any person of faith? But I think it's really important right now to know what you believe, because I think it's going to be less. It's going to be less chances of us coming together as a nation, I think, and more chances of us standing up one by one. And in order to do that, you need to know what you believe. So, guys, that's what I got for today. I know it's kind of a little bit of a ramble, but trust me, it's a lot better than the other two I did. So, I do hope you're all doing well, though. And until next time, you take care.